Hey everybody, it's Silent Mist, and welcome to the second Minecraft Cannon tutorial. This is going to be a tutorial on how to build a Hyperion Cannon with a launching mechanism. Hopefully I'll be able to do this without failure. I actually had a failed attempt where, I don't even know what happened, but there was some freak error with the cannon, and it all exploded on itself. Not very fantastic. So, yes, this is going to be the second, this is the second tutorial on how to make a good cannon in Minecraft. I did one a long time ago, and now I know significantly more about redstone dust and everything, so I am going to show you how to build this new cannon. So this is a simple Hyperion Cannon, and I will go a little bit more into depth later in this video. So what you're going to want to do to start off is build a 5x7 rectangle out of whatever material you choose. I am using sponge. Why am I using sponge? Why not? No one builds cannons out of sponge. So I guess I will be one of the first people to build it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now that you have a 5x7 rectangle, choose a side where you want the TNT to launch. If I choose this side, the TNT will launch this way. If I choose this side, the TNT will launch that way into that mountain. We're going to have the TNT launch this way. So on the opposite end, in the middle of the rectangle, place one block up, and then build what I call a rail like this, one away from over here. Now for more aesthetic purposes, I place two of these here, not only to notify you not to place TNT there, because you will not be placing TNT there, but also to show you that you need to, where you need to load the TNT. I'll also be placing another one right here to show that these 3 spots are where you will be loading the TNT. Don't make it 5. That, I'm pretty sure, is the fatal flaw that I had in my first take of this video. Although, I originally thought you could do it that way, but I guess not. Oh, looky there, I'm already messing up. Okay, now that we have the first row set up, what you're going to want to do is put redstone dust all the way to this block right here. Same on this end over here, except for this block right here. Same for up here. Once again, except for this block right here. Now what you're going to want to do is go behind the cannon, extend it back a block, raise it up a block, and make an inverter. I went over inverters in my redstone tutorial, so if you don't know how these work, I'll give a brief explanation, but if you want to really see how to use them, I would recommend watching that. It's definitely not a formal way of teaching it, but I tried my best to explain it. But pretty much what a redstone inverter does is you have a current coming in from behind it. Let's say right now there is a nothing current coming in, so we'll call that a current of 0. So this is on. By giving it a something current or a current of 1, this is off. So pretty much what it does is it takes in the redstone signal, flops it, and outputs the opposite. So if something on comes from behind it, it outputs an off. If something off from behind it, it comes from behind it, it outputs an on. A little odd, yes, but if you really start working with redstone, you'll realize what a necessity these are. Except now Notch added extenders, which really makes redstone pathetically easy compared to before, but that's besides the point. Now that we've done that, you're going to want to put redstone on the other sides, and then make another block right here, where you can connect all of these redstone wires. Now, what I am doing, you do not have to build a cannon exactly this way. This way is just guaranteed to work. You can experiment, make it bigger, make it smaller, make it not wired this way. You could make an entire different cannon, but this is just a tutorial on how to make a simple Hyperion cannon. So now that we've done that, we're going to want to take the wiring and extend it up to the front. Keep in mind, there is a 15 block limit. I rarely ever actually go all the way and use all 15 blocks. I usually end up only using like 7 to 10 of the blocks, but I don't actually recommend doing that. I just do it because I'm paranoid like that. So now that we've done that, as you can see by hitting that button all of those torches turn on. That's because that button sends a positive current to this, which turns this torch off, leaving this on the off position, which allows all of these torches to turn on at the same time. Now, when building a cannon, having them all turn on at the same time is key. It is an absolute necessity. If not, either you're a really advanced cannon builder and you're using them not going off at the same time to your advantage, or you're going to be in tears, or not really tears, your cannon is going to be significantly weaker than what it could be, or you could be in tears because an explosion was miscoordinated and blew up everything that you did. Okay, so now that I've gotten that out of the way, what I did was I made another rail. It's exactly one over the previous rail. Same right here. See, you can just place a block directly on top of this redstone and directly on top of this torch to have it place up. That will pretty much make it easier to build. But now, this is something big. No one that I know of has actually done cannons this way. I noticed this while I was doing, while I was really learning redstone, and oh look, we need to light this area because it's almost nighttime. How non-fabulous. I noticed this while I was, while I was really learning how to use redstone. Whoa, where did you come from? But, pretty much, redstone torches, are capable of sending a current up one block through another block too. Actually make that 2 blocks. It's a little odd when you do it up 2. I wouldn't recommend it, especially for when I show you something in the near future. I would not recommend it going up 2 because it gets really glitchy, and it's actually impossible with the wiring setup that we're doing. But due to redstone having a range of 1 up through a block, you can actually completely skimp out on the wiring of the back of the cannon, and effectively you can cut the amount of wiring that you need to do by a good half, and if you're really doing it correctly, you can cut it by about a good, I'm gonna say, 2/3 if you really know what you're doing. So what we're going to do is put redstone on top of these rails. I just made another rail. That's the top rail for now, and yeah, so now all of these rails theoretically should get power. Yeah, as you can see, there was like that red blobish stuff. Let's see if I can hit it from here. Yes, all the rails did turn on. That is very good. That is exactly what we want to do. Now that we've done that, guess what? The wiring of the actual cannon is technically, no, the cannon is almost functional. There's only one part that we need to do, and that would be taking our trusty water, placing it right there, and you're going to want to play. This is absolutely necessary. Fail to do this, and your cannon will break. Not might, it will break. You need to have water there. Okay, now that we've done that, we actually need to create one more rail. We just don't need to actually wire it. So, there we go, create the final rail. This is actually a little bit different than the design that I use for my normal cannons. It's just, since I had that fatal failure last time, I'm not going to skimp out on this, and I would recommend you doing this if this is your first time, just so you know where not to do things. So now that we've done that, the cannon is completely operable. We can fully load it right now with 32 blocks of TNT. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. Now, this is most definitely not needed at all. I just do this because I like how it looks, and it forces you to stop placing TNT. I would put torches along all the non-placeable spots for TNT, like along there, and there we go. And along here, that will just prevent you from accidentally placing TNT in a place where it really should not go, in a place where it could cost your cannon's life. Yes, your cannon has its own life, surprising, eh? And it also lights it up, makes it look cool. Especially when your cannon is made out of sponge. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to load the second side with another 16 blocks of TNT. And then we will do the first test shot, kind of, not really shot, but hitting that, all of the cannons should go off simultaneously, and look, it'll launch us pretty far. And by pretty far, that was actually really weird. That was probably because I jumped right as it exploded, something forward instead of straight up. But yes, the cannon is functional, and it can now shoot TNT. It's not even really necessary to fully load this cannon. This cannon is already really strong, and in most practical uses of a cannon is more than strong enough. I mean, you could be extreme and just be setting world records like I've done. I still actually need to make a video on that. Talking of which, that is the main point of this video. This video, is being made because this is going to be the introduction of my cannons series, I guess, all leading up to me showcasing the 3 world records that I've set with cannons, and I'm pretty sure I've set the world record 3 times. I have yet to see cannons that are bigger than this. Well, not this. This is just a basic Hyperion Cannon. So, with that, we're going to fire our first round of TNT. Oh! No! As you can see, it bounced off of a tree. So yes, it works, but you know, hitting that TNT is annoying. So what I'm going to do now is something that I've yet to see people demonstrate on YouTube, but it's definitely been made multiple times. I'm going to show you how to make a launching mechanism. These are extremely useful. So what you're going to want to do is see how we have 3 blocks right here. Now mind what I said before, how redstone torches have a range of 1 up. So under these 3 blocks right here, we're going to place redstone torches. Yes, I placed it on the block behind it, but it is 1 block ahead, directly underneath this. Now that we've done that, we're going to want to dig out this area a little bit more, and let's see if I can demonstrate to you how to pretty much make a cannon that is much more fault tolerant. Well, not really fault tolerant, but much easier to use, and it just gets everything done better. So yes, that is basically a quick. Watching that is a demonstration on how redstone has a 1-up charge. Now I'm pretty sure you could do something. No, never mind. That won't look right. Never mind, disregard what I was just about to say. What we're going to do is we're going to finish digging out this area. We're going to be careful because right above these blocks there's water. So we're going to want to dig out underneath the cannon, leaving those 3 spots of dirt left. And sorry for the blurriness, it's definitely not very practical in close corners or close areas like that. But when you're actually underwater, or when you're playing the game in general, it looks significantly better. So we're going to come under the cannon, and this is crucial. Let me go back up to the surface to demonstrate this. Redstone, in general, is very picky. What you see is exactly how it works. Now, you see, this is a straight line, I guess. The current will either travel that way, or actually, there's no real current. It doesn't travel, it just turns on. Now this is straight, but put a turn here, and then, let's say, an inverter right here, and when you place this torch there to make an inverter, it does not work, because there is a turn right here. Get rid of that, and the inverter works. Redstone must be going directly into the source that is going into, if it is an inverter. There are cases where, no, not when it comes to, oh, I just broke my redstone block. Screw you. Crap, I can't even, temporary cut. And we're back. Sorry I had to give myself another infinite block of redstone because of that stupid animal. So back to what I was saying. Redstone needs to go directly into its source. So we need to make this entire area 2 blocks wide to allow the redstone to not screw up. We also need to make it a little bit wider down here on the sides so we can fit. Since I like symmetry so much, I insist on this being perfectly symmetrical under here. So what we're going to want to do now is just wire this all together and hook it up to a button. So yes, symmetry calls for me absolutely needing to make this like a square. So yes, we're going to put that down there and then not miss while jumping. Let's see, how can we do this effectively? When it comes to redstone and related topics, it's always about efficiency for me. If you can do it in an efficient way, it will most likely work better than a non-efficient way. So, with that, we can extend that line up here, and then we just need to cover this up because really no one wants to see that. It's very nice to use, it's just not something you usually showcase because no one really needs and or wants to see it. So right here, be careful when you're covering it. You don't want to put a block right here, as that would prevent this from ever reaching it, so we're going to want to put that one up. Same for right here, you're going to want to move it one up. Actually, we can just extend it out to the side and make another button relatively close to this button. So much sponge over here. And actually, we can migrate this entire thing underground, because when it comes to buttons, redstone has a range of 1 down. There are a lot of different, I guess, ranges you could call it, of redstone dust. Some are more common than others. This is just... some are odder than others. Yeah. Just keep in mind that when you're actually using dust, not everything is limited to 1. So now, just as a demonstrate... Oh! Don't! That wasn't very well planned out. We gotta fix the wiring. Whoops! That was not smart at all. Good thing it's relatively easy to fix. Fix that, put a line into there. I use my flying mod to get out of here, if I can. There we go. Oh, excuse me. And then, did those torches die? They did not. Do I have my flying mod off? I do. Hitting... Oh, big flaw right here. You see how this is on? We're going to want to add one more inverter down there, or at least take away it. Now we have to add an inverter, because, how would I explain this? Before, you could have an inverter that's, that was originally on, and pretty much TNT reacted to just the current switching, not the current turning on. So, like, let's say having an inverter right here. Yes, I'm trying to be as informative as possible. It is on right now, as you can obviously see. Pretty much when this went from on to off, the TNT would light. But now it only lights when it goes from off to on instead of on to off and off to on. But to get your head around, but it's not too bad, I hope. And yes, we're able to place blocks over this because we don't have an actual block on top of it, and redstone can go through one block if there is an inverter on the opposite side. So, by hitting this button... Excuse me. Get out of here, cow. Get out of here. You're going to cause me misfortune. Do we have bad wiring somewhere? Oh, fail is not fun at all. You know what? We'll just do this. This should fix it. It won't look too fancy. Okay, now this should work. Yes, that turns that on. And look at that, you've made a firing mechanism. Now we can launch the cannon again. Now what the firing mechanism allows is, instead of having to hit each block individually, you can press this button to launch all the TNT, and then about 3 seconds later you can hit this button to launch all of the TNT that's being shot. We're actually going to move this slightly because it is very ugly seeing this. We're going to move it over a block. The question is how. Oops. This is not planned out nicely. I'm going to stick the button there. Break this. Break that. Move the current to right here. Put that there, that there, that there. That there, and that there. And oh look, it's relatively concealed now. Now, by hitting that, that should set off the other switch. So what we're going to want to do is kill this stupid pig, because it is most definitely in the way. Oh, there goes my TNT. Oh, wait, I forgot. It's glitchy. My infinite block is actually now dead. How sad. So what we're going to want to do is, we no longer need redstone So we can move it out of our inventory. We're going to fully load the cannon and excuse me, mouse. Fully load the cannon and do a test shot. Let's see how it works. Hopefully we don't destroy the entire cannon for some unknown reason. So what we want to do is first we hit this button, and then about 3 seconds later we hit that button. So 1, 2, 3. And look, it just sets it all off for you, and the cannon works. So that is how to build a Hyperion Cannon. This is a basic Hyperion Cannon, just with this added chunk right here and that added chunk right there, and a lot of torches. So that is the standard cannon in my IMO, but you know, standard, pshaw. I'm going to teach you one last thing before calling it quits and saying adieu, if that's the correct word. I'm going to enable flying, get on top of my cannon, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to make this 2 rails taller. So we're going to want to break all of these, except for that one, it doesn't really need to be broken. All of these, that one too, you're not exempt from this. All of these. This is time consuming, isn't it? It's times like this that I wish I had some sort of world editing functions to just remove all of these. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to stick an inverter right here. Fun. Shut up, cow. Yes, we need to put an inverter right here, unlike the last 2 rails, because redstone only has a range of up 1. With torches, pretty much everything depends on torches in redstone. No ifs, ands, or buts. So we're going to place another rail, and where did my redstone go? I said that I didn't need it. Silly me. We don't need water anymore. Now we're going to wire this, and you're thinking, you must be thinking, I hope you're thinking, oh, look, it's on. That's bad. If you're not thinking that, I would hope you would, because then this entire row would be non-functional, and it would be bad when your TNT doesn't launch where it's supposed to. So we're going to include one more rail because we don't have to wire this rail up here. So pop, increase that up, or bring that up, place that there, up, boop, boop. Hey! Running out of sponge is not very nice, kind sir. I will be right back again. Ugh. And we're back. I restocked my inventory with infinite blocks, and now we can finish up the silly cannon. So we're going to, like I said, raise this up one more because we don't have to wire this at all, so it's pretty much free power for the cannon. Place that there. And yes, like I showed before, this rail gets power. That's not supposed to get power. And then like we did at the bottom, we need to include one more rail for safety to prevent the TNT from dropping. I don't know if I explained that. This only functions to prevent the TNT. Like, if I were to load TNT here, TNT doesn't just fall, it hops. And if it hops this way, it will land on here instead of falling, and then the cannon will explode, and then we'll be sad, because that would mean that my entire recording needs to be redone again. So we include this rail for safety, just like we include the back plate of the cannon right here for safety to prevent it from popping down there and exploding all over the cannon. Ah, I fell! Flying mods for the win! Love that. Okay, now that we've done that, we're just going to finish this off with the, like that, and then we're going to place the torches like we had the, oh my god! Wrong button. And then we're going to just place some more torches. I'm not even going to bother to place them over there. Not too necessary. Put one at the top, put one over there. And, oh, would you look at that, the cannon is almost done. Now we just need to, connect the last rail, those 2 rails up there with the rest of the power. And I'm going to show you the simplest way to do this if you're just making a, I guess, octo-rail cannon? I can't even tell. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait. I don't even know how many rails are in this cannon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, this is an octo-rail cannon, or not really. This is an octo-layer cannon. That means it has 8 layers. And each layer, I only classify a layer by it being able to be fully shot or fully loaded. So yeah, this is the simplest and easy way to do it. You're going to want to make sure that it's lined up with the rail corresponding with it. So these 2 blocks are lined up to that rail. Those 2 blocks are lined up to the rail that is right next to it, which is 1 block up, and this rail is corresponding to that rail right there. Now that we've done that, we're going to want to use the redstone range of +1 to our advantage, except for one thing. Actually, not even except for one thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have more than enough room to work with. What we're going to want to do is plop that over there. Place another block on top of here, because if you don't, you will cause your inverter to short. When I fall, making it really difficult for me to practically get back up. So then we're going to want to build up, hop up, and then just go over here. Hopefully the range is long enough and we will be able to wire this all together. If not, oops, that's not very good at all. Don't need any there. Okay, fantastic, it reaches. Now all of these rails are functioning. Yeah, we can actually fully load this cannon now. It is now significantly stronger than it was before. It's, as you would assume, twice as powerful. And it can now take 64 blocks of TNT into it. Now already, 64 blocks of TNT. I'm not sure what the official record is, but I've seen up to like a couple of hundred of blocks of TNT used in a single cannon. If anyone knows that there's an actual record, please tell me. That stupid cow, you're gonna explode. How does that make you feel? Get back into that cannon. Get back in there. So 64 blocks of TNT is already extremely powerful. And what are we going to do with this? Are we going to shoot some more TNT? No, 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 no. You're silly for thinking that. We're going to take some rails, and we're going to take a choo-choo train, and then we are going to plop the rail there. Did I only have one rail? Whatever, we only really need one rail. And what are we going to do? We're going to place a choo-choo train on it. Now, do you know what? This is a man cannon now. If you place a train track and a rail on top, or a train on top of a train track, and sit in it when you launch the TNT, it will project you forwards. So, get in. That's a good amount of TNT, and we... Goodbye, world. Goodbye. Goodbye. Poop. And yes, we take no damage because I have glitchy armor on, which grants invincibility, and I have flying mods to get back to the cannon. But as you can see, we traveled extremely far, and people, when they are launched from a cannon in Minecraft, they do not get nearly as much range as TNT does. People, when they are shot from a cannon, instead of flying... when TNT is shot, it flies straight. It'll fly like that, to where we're looking. When we fly, we more fly like that, straight forward, almost straight forward up. We get a little bit of forward momentum, but it's, for the most part, straight forward up. If we moved the launch site to right here, we might be able to get better details. Or if we put a cap over ourselves, it would shoot us more forward. But aside from that, it will shoot us straight, almost straight up. Now, since we just did that with the man cannon, I'm going to, now I'm going to just demonstrate it one final time with, just TNT. Just TNT. And no, we're going to demonstrate it 2 more times, because we're going to shoot an animal off into space first. Oh, that might be difficult, actually. That may not be too possible. So now what we're going to want to do is same as the original time we fired with TNT. 1. Wait. And it is more than gone. You will never see that TNT again. I guarantee you. It's not going to hit the ground. It's just gone. Okay, and with that, I can attempt to get a pig inside of that. Let's see if I can actually punch it in. Get over here, piggy. That way, that way, that way, that way. Get into... There we go! We got the sheep into it. Good sheep. You're going to become a part of our space program. I hope you enjoy your flight. Actually, I wonder if I can center it better. If we can do that, then we'll definitely get to see the sheep fly. Hey! Oh, I thought it got out, and I was like, hey, get back into that cart. You will give up your name for science. You sheepy. So, yes, with that, let's load up the cannon for the final time. And then let us fire it with the sheepy in the way. So this time we're actually going to get to see what happens, kind of. We're going to take some of that dirt that we got. Try and push him in. We definitely don't want to knock him into the cannon. That would mean that it won't be as intriguing to watch. Let's see if I can push him back in without... There we go. Plop dirt there. Plop our sponge back there. Little sheep, it was nice knowing you. I hope you have happy trails. Goodbye. I'm not gonna lie, that gives me infinite amount of joy. It would only make me happier if that were a cow. So yes, with that we will, I guess we can shoot ourselves one more time, except this time we'll do it in third person so we actually get to see them fly. And then I will call it quits. How many times have I said I was going to call it quits when I was firing something? It's only the fourth time I'm firing the cannon, but still. This cannon should have a 100% success rate. If you really know how to aim it, you can do wonders with it, since it has, it has a lot of TNT in it. You will be able to, shoot things quite far. But, let's shoot ourselves. Actually, I do want to show you one more thing before calling it quits. So, yet again, move sheep! F5! Whee! And we disappeared because we went over the cloud limits. Or the sky block. And... Oh, we're back! Yay! Just gonna, you know, airwalk like a pro. The one final mod I want to show, or kind of a mod to the cannon itself, is you can actually, instead of making the cannon shoot straight, or shoot up, you can actually put something... Get out of the way! You can put something over where you load the TNT. GTFO! To, force it to shoot lower. I will show you what I mean momentarily. So let's load all of our TNT back. All 64 blocks of it. Yes, this is this is not a very efficient... Well, this is relatively... This is not... It's not too efficient, but it's not too bad. Like, some of the world record cannon I've made, they're all extremely inefficient, but oh my god, are they ridiculous. Okay, so now that we fully loaded this, what I did right here pretty much makes it so instead of the TNT flying that way, it flies more forward. But what we're going to want to do is make sure that it does not get caught up on this. And we're actually going to make this kind of like... I really don't know what this is called. I guess a scope? I've actually never done one like this before, so this is going to be both of our first experiences with a scope of this size. I believe it's a scope. I don't really know my weapon terminology too well. I just know thing make pew 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 make pain for enemies. So now that will just be launched straight out, and yeah, let's see how this works. So button 1, button 2, and it shoots it straight forward, and it takes out 2 animals at the same time. we find a secret lake, although that might have been there originally, I just never noticed it. And yes, it is much better, or it shoots it straight forward instead of up. That can be very useful, but not always extremely useful. Let's see if we can find the, if it actually made it somewhere. I don't know where that TNT went. Oh, there's some? No, that's a cave. Maybe? No. Yeah, we're not gonna find... Oh, that... No. I don't even know why I'm trying to find this. We're never going to end up actually finding the craters. It either just flew too far, or exploded midair, or just disappeared because it went too fast. So with that, I'm finally going to call it quits here. This is my tutorial on how to make a simple Hyperion Cannon. It went on for much longer than I thought it would. In the next time, we're going to be building a slightly modified cannon. And then after that, I don't know exactly what I'll do, but I might just start showcasing my world record breakers. So until then, I will see you guys later. If you like my videos, please subscribe. If you want to see more tutorials on redstone or cannons in general, tell me what you want me to do, and maybe I'll do it. But until then, I'm going to call it quits here, so see y'all later. Goodbye. Let me take one more look at the cannon. Beautiful. See you later.